It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the second annual Moon Area Hockey Association Hockey Fights Cancer Night on TenbandTV. Matt Popchock here as the Tigers and their Class A PIHL Blue Division rivals, the North Catholic Trojans, get set to play a game that's bigger than the game. And we'll talk about Hockey Fights Cancer throughout the night. It's a cause that the program started championing last year at Moon Area High School, right down the road from where we are tonight, the RMU Island Sports Center here inside the Clearview Arena, where head coach Kobe Urig's Tigers have won 6 of their first 8 games to amass 18 points and tie Quaker Valley for that top spot in the Single A Blue Division. The Tigers last year, one of the most stubborn defensive teams in Class A, and to a point they still are, but this year the Tigers filling the net, the third highest scoring team in Class A coming into Monday night, tied for third most as we begin Week 7 in PIHL Class A. And the big gun, once again, for the Moon Tigers is 68 in white, the junior forward, Clayton Foster. Foster, 8 goals to lead the Tigers coming in, among the top 5 goal getters in PIHL Class A after finishing with 19 of those last season and scoring 3 times in the playoffs. In the most recent regular season meeting between these two teams, which took place at the Lemieux Complex back in February, Foster scored both goals for the Tigers. The breakout star, fittingly, comes from the Tigers' defense. We told you they were a strong defensive team. They've got one of the emerging stars in PIHL 1A in terms of offensive defenseman and senior Gio Thompson, number 74, his first year as a regular in this Moon varsity lineup, and boy, is he taken advantage of the extended ice time. 4 goals, 8 points in his first 8 games. Thompson warming up in the mix off to our right. 5 points in his last 3 games overall, plays for the Pittsburgh Icemen travel program in that program's top flight. He's warming up with the other blue liners at center ice as we speak. And on the other side of that red line are the North Catholic Trojans. And the Trojans are a team offensively that really shares the sugar. And perhaps their 8th-year head coach, John Hoffman, likes it that way. They've got a very balanced attack, a lot of players that can hurt you, and some pretty interesting players from far and wide. North Catholic, a private school, of course, in Cranberry Township, and Hoffman, in addition to being varsity head hockey coach, is an assistant athletic director at the school, and he is in charge of the Excel Hockey Academy program that he runs out of the school, and somehow, some way, on top of that, finds time to serve as an assistant coach for the men's D3 program at Chatham. There's no rest for the weary as long as you're a hockey guy, I guess. And Hoffman's team has been up and down through the first month or so of regular season play. 3 wins in 5 games, 9 points overall, tied for 4th, trying to break into the top of the pack in that Class A Blue Division. Both these teams, by the way, coming off wins on home ice over the Meadville Bulldogs, oddly enough. North Catholic collected theirs this past Thursday night at the Lemieux Complex. Anthony Neely, the Penn's Elite product, number 13 in black, warming up in the mix off to our left, set up a couple of those goals, including the game winner by Renzo Sylvester with 3:19 left in regulation. And Neely has opened his regular season with 4 points in his first 3 games. He had 21 points, a very respectable campaign last year for the Trojans, including a goal and an assist in the playoffs. And we told you he's a veteran of the Penn's Elite program, so he's certainly seen the inside of the Lemieux Complex quite a bit. The big story once again this year for North Catholic, their goaltending. They've had some pretty good ones in recent seasons. Wyatt Cleveland, number 35, the senior, is back. He's got only 1 win in his first 3 appearances, the Roanoke, Virginia native, and he's backed up by Darren Riley, who's won his first 2 outings as a sophomore playing varsity at North Catholic, and he's been lights out, a .983 save percentage after a very respectable freshman campaign in 24-25 that saw him finish with a .248 goals against and .911 save percentage. So It remains to be seen who gets the nod for the Trojans tonight. For the Moon Tigers, we know it's going to be Carson Relia, the junior, 3-0 with a 106 goals against, 945 save percentage. And Relia came in relief of Tyler Ziegler, the senior, who was pulled midway through the first period. And Relia shut the door with 17 saves to help the Tigers rally for that victory over the Meadville Bulldogs last Monday night. And we've got a national anthem, a live national anthem to come, sung by none other than RMU's own fabled groundskeeper, born-again Christian John Tucci. And we're going to be throwing it down to the home bench for the singing of the national anthem in just a moment. Thank you, Tooch. And I don't care what Oscar Wilde says, you can go home again. John Tucci on the national anthem, a staple at RMU on-campus sporting events. Certainly makes you feel at home. We told you Carson Relia is the starting goaltender for the Moon Tigers. Of course, you remember his sisters Lillian and Maddie, champions of the PIHL girls division last spring for Team West, coached by RMU's own Joe Cummings, assisted by Howard Smith. At the other end, it will be the sophomore Darren Riley going for his third straight win of his second varsity season. Moon wearing those purple cancer awareness stripes down the middle of their black helmets. A number of North Catholic players taking up the cause with purple stick tape. You love to see it. Hockey Fights Cancer Night underway on the island. The Tigers move this puck right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Turned over deep in the attacking zone to Jordan Reekie. Reekie trying to play it out in front to Foster. That's broken up by Sylvester. Trojans try to break it up, but it went off Reekie's skate and ricocheted all the way back in front of goaltender Riley. Trojans with a bit of difficulty getting out of their own zone, but they do eventually force that puck back to center. Foster knocked to the ice from behind by Neely. Trojans quickly across the attacking line. Sebastian Alessandro, the freshman, with 4 points to begin his first PIHL campaign. And he's forced back to center by Tanner DeSalle. Both teams changing. 1 minute into this first period. Logan Reekie around a man and up to center. He withstands the check by Jack Britt, but forgot the puck. Britt with the dump in for North Catholic. Gurgley, the Moon captain, plays it up the boards to Brody Eckert. Up it comes to Foster. David Gallup dispossessed. What a start to Gallup season. An under-the-radar player for the Tigers. 6 goals, 8 points. Only a sophomore. Speaking of breakout stars, here's Thompson, who we talked about in pregame, going cross-ice. And that shot is denied by Riley. Gallup pulling the trigger from the right side. Trojans into Tiger territory. Connor Bradrick to the corner. He's tied up by Ben Poeta, the varsity newcomer. And here's Eckert up through center for Moon. Eckert with a wraparound try. Couldn't tuck it in behind Riley. Keeping it in on the rebound, Max DiPietro, the third line center. Trojans complete the change. Max Gurgley playing at cross ice now for Evan Miller. LJ DeFilippo centers it, and DiPietro puts it right into the stomach of Darren Riley. And boy, was Riley ever a busy man in that win over Meadville last Thursday. 44 saves to get the W over the Bulldogs. Most coaches don't like having goaltender controversies, but I'd say John Hoffman has a pretty good problem at the moment. Riley's playing well, and Cleveland, of course, is a very capable veteran. Trojans play this puck inside the circle, taken over by DiPietro. Moon clears it into North Catholic territory. DiPietro first one to this puck. Ryan Muldowney had trouble locating it. Muldowney had the only goal here on the island when the teams met here last year during the regular season. North Catholic taking that game 5-1 on December 9th of 2024. And that was Muldowney's first varsity tally for that matter. DeSalle unable to clear. Alessandro trying to go to Jack Anderson behind the net. Anderson, the alternate captain, described as a stay-at-home defenseman, but not shy about getting involved in the attack. Foster with it now for Moon over the line. Foster to the right circle. Foster, good stick there by Fowler. Reed Fowler, the S-Mark Stars product and freshman defenseman, making that play for North 4 minutes into a scoreless game. Landon Myers up the right boards. Checked by Foster. Logan Reekie has the loose puck. Reekie runs a man over, trying to get up the right wing side. Taken over the line by Sylvester, offside. Kobe Uhrig from the Moon High School class of 13. Third straight year as varsity Moon head coach. Wearing that purple Hockey Fights Cancer tie under his Moon warm-up jacket. Eckert forcing the save by Riley. Out in front it comes Eckert forcing another save in tight from Riley. The follow-up went off the skate of Sylvester. Sylvester had no idea that puck was going to hit him. Poeta keeps it alive. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Mr. Riley. Now the Tiger forecheck not letting me finish my thought. I talked to Coach Uhrig before the game. He said he actually wore that tie for the very first time at a friend's wedding before he was named Moon head coach. And at the time, he just needed a tie to wear to the friend's wedding. He said, I might as well pick this one because I'll probably never wear it again. Little did he know. Off the side of the net. And that's picked up by Poeta behind the cage. Up it'll come down when the Tigers have it. Working at cross ice is Thompson to Eckert. No dice. Trojans in transition. Delayed offside. Moon makes the point moot. Eckert backpedaling. Up for Gallup. Settled down with a hand by Kilcarry. And up it comes to Shane Schooler. Eric Hartman lining up Murray at center red, just in front of the Moon bench. Up it comes to Phil Palladino. Palladino on Riley, and Riley's going to hang on. I'm far from an expert at body language, but I like the body language of Darren Riley early on. You can tell he does not lack confidence and looking very poised early against this Moon attack. Still scoreless 6 minutes into period one. Sam Langer, with 4 goals to lead the Trojans entering Monday, is offside for the visitors. Langer, a first-year varsity player, making an impact for North Catholic, and we got a North Catholic Trojans shaken up, meanwhile, with 10:55 to play. So we'll step aside with this game scoreless. It's the second annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night for the Moon Hockey Association at the RMU Island Sports Center on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
The injured player for the North Catholic Trojans, who is being helped off the ice, is Sam Langer. Ty Murray, and one of the athletic trainers for North Catholic, helping Langer back to the bench, not putting a lot of weight on that left leg as he is bent slightly downward and now getting medical attention on the visitors' bench. And what a tough loss that would be for the Trojans to lose their top gun, at least in the goal column, coming into week 7. for any length of time. Foster tied up at the face-off dot. That allows Landon Myers to play it across the line, but he turns it over to Gurgley. Gurgley aggressively around the boards and all the way back to the neutral zone. Kevin Kilkeary, cross ice. Paired out here with Talon Ziegler. Foster up the left wing for the Tigers. Foster makes his move. Good stick by Kilkeary. Up it comes now to Alessandro. Alessandro near side for Neely. Neely back to Alessandro. Neely playing it out in front. Good break up by Foster. Moon tries to quickly counterattack, but that's slowed a bit by the play of Alessandro. Now DeSalle across the line with a backhander into the glove of Riley, and DeSalle takes exception to being knocked down after the play. We'll see if anything comes of it with under 10 to go in a scoreless first period. Well, for the moment, both penalty boxes remain empty. Kobe Yorig, however, will get a new line out there. The second unit on, centered by Hartman. North Catholic controls the faceoff. Anderson up to center. It comes to Peyton Whartonby. Evan Miller behind his own net. Turned it over to one of the Trojans. Now Miller stands him up. That was Murray getting the worst of that one. Tigers still fighting for possession. Miller with it up to Gallup. Gallup inside the line around Anderson. Gallup unable to shoot that puck cleanly on net. Good recovery there by Fowler. Outlet pass goes off the skate of Bradrick. And this will be icing on North Catholic. Pregnant pause before this puck drops. They had a broken stick on the ice that belonged to one of the Moon players, hence the delay. Clean win by DiPietro, but the Trojans take it over quickly. Evan Stanton skating near side for North Catholic. Moon gets it back to center. Evan Mikan dumps it in behind the Tigers' cage. Poeta around the boards. Good keep by Britt. That puck fired wide. Muldowney midway through the first period. Up for DeFilippo. DeFilippo muscles his way around Murray, but couldn't hang on to the puck. Muldowney with a dump in. Thompson pinching. Thompson for the circle out in front. It's loose and bounces right to Mikan. Put on goal by DiPietro from distance, and Riley hangs on. John Hoffman putting a fresh line out there. His North Catholic teams have made the Penguins Cup playoffs 6 years in a row now. Moon last year reaching the Penguins Cup semifinals for the first time in program history before running afoul of the buzzsaw that was Avonworth. Tigers win the faceoff. Foster puts it wide off the boards. Trojans up to center. Gurgley in the right place at the right time. He dumps it in. Kicked at by DeSalle out in front of Foster. Foster's attempt blocked. Ziegler up to Alessandro. Alessandro dropping for Neely. Neely fires right into the glove hand of Carson Relia. And there's a name we haven't called since before the opening faceoff. It's been pretty much all Tigers as far as offensive zone time, but Riley and the Trojans are weathering an early storm. Moon wins a faceoff, tries to clear it. Turned over to Bryce Radke. Radke with the goal in the last outing for North Catholic, that late victory over Meadville. To the corner it comes. Trojans control it. To the point for Fowler. Fowler through a crowd. Oh, Relia saw that one at the last moment. Anderson off his own bench. Up it'll come to Bradrick. Bradrick colliding with one of the Tigers. That was Miller who stood him up. Delayed offside on North Catholic. Under 7 to go in a scoreless first period. Eckert tied up. It comes free to Skolart. Skolart from an angle. And it's in! Shane Skolart found a way as it sneaks by Relia. And the Trojans take a 1-0 lead. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. And something of a nutty play, if you will, as Skolart fired a shot that Relia seemed to control, but dribbled through and just across the line, and the Trojans jump on top. Second of the year for the junior. Whartonby dumps it in for the Tigers. DeFilippo playing it in front of the senior banners. It's off a raised arm and controlled up to Fowler. Fowler shouldered by Thompson as he gets rid of that puck. Muldowney toward goal. Riley couldn't hold it. It's taken over by Moon and put wide of goal by DiPietro. He had an exposed net, but he didn't have the best angle. That was a break for North Catholic. Up it'll come now to Murray. From center, it's worked across ice by Logan Reekie and dumped in by Thompson. DeFilippo. Now it's turned over to Thompson. Thompson around a man. Thompson trying to play it out in front, but Radke did a good job cutting down the angle, and Riley, meanwhile, makes that save as the Tigers have to reset. That's dumped in on Relia. Officials say offside. Officially, Skolart from Bradrick. And one that Relia will certainly want back on the third North Catholic shot of this first period. North Catholic wins the faceoff. Relia's got that one, and Jordan Reekie's got the rebound. Foster on the breakout for Moon. Lost it at center to Myers. Logan Reekie over the attacking line for the Tigers. He fires on Riley, and Riley's got it in that left hand. Pickering and Music, the USA Hockey crew on duty for game one. They call for the faceoff to Riley's right. With exactly 5 minutes left in this first period, North Catholic out to the 1-0 lead. Gergely on his horse. Near side, Eckert. Foster. Up to DeSalle. Sitting off the boards and played wide. That was a friendly bounce for the Tigers, but they couldn't get a clean shot on Riley. Reekie surveying the play. Cross ice for Poeta. Poeta to the corner for Clayton Foster. Foster back to Poeta. Poeta turns it over. Alessandro read that one like a dime store novel, and he pulls back now for North Catholic. Tipped in on Relia. Good effort by Neely. Better save by Carson Relia, the Moon Jr. Reekie and the Tigers 3 men strong. Reekie from an angle off of Riley, and it's kicked wide of goal. That was almost a disastrous play by Kilcarry in front of his goaltender. Thompson with it. Thompson lets it fly, and Riley has that puck. "15 saves and counting for Darren Riley with time still to play in this first period. Gallup on goal. And that's an easy stop for the North Catholic sophomore. Tigers from center. Eckert with the dump in, and Eckert will give chase. Kept in by Poeta, trying to go to Gallup, and a chance the other way for the North Catholic Trojans. Scholer looking for goal number 2 on the night. The trail check. Nip that scoring chance in the bud. And another turnover at the blue line, this time to Bradrick, but it's given right back to the Tigers. Toward goal Thompson, backed up by Hartman. Hartman for Logan Reekie. Reekie for Thompson. Thompson's one-timer denied by Riley. Eckert turning it over to Radke. Gallup reversing the play behind the net for Hartman. Wraparound try by Hartman, couldn't bring it to his forehand. And North Catholic powers their way back to center. Bradrick to the near corner. He's hit up high by Hartman. Gallup reversing the play. Bradrick taking out his frustrations on Gallup as play continues. Gallup, 1 against 2. Lost it to Murray. Gets it back. Fires off the side of the post. Icing on North Catholic as the Tigers continue hunting for answers for Darren Riley, the North Catholic second-year netminder. Clean face-off win by Moon. Off the draw, that might have hit something. Quite possibly Reekie, Jordan Reekie, that is. North Catholic getting the clear. Last couple minutes of this opening period for the Moon Hockey Association's second annual Hockey Fights Cancer game. DeSalle across the line. Moon offside. Jordan Reekie for Miller. Up to center it comes now for Alessandro. Alessandro trying to go cross ice for Neely. Too many white shirts in the way. Miller for Gurgley. Gurgley for DeSalle. Reekie plays it between the benches. Now Reekie in an offside position as Foster crosses. Foster still onside. Foster from the goal line out in front. That was intended for DeSalle. Broken up easily by Sylvester. Sylvester plays it as far as the Moon bench before it's taken by Gurgley. DeSalle off a North Catholic blade with under a minute to go in this first period. DeSalle to the boards, leaves it for Foster. Foster skating wide, cross ice for Gurgley. Gurgley for Miller. Miller off the blocker hand of Riley. Riki on the rebound. That save is made. Turnaround shot by Foster is blocked. Still loose in front. Miller's going to crank one. That's stopped with half a minute to play. Riley's pulling saves out of places he didn't know he had as the Trojans finally clear that puck and make a late change. .15 to go in the period. Riley lets that one carry him off his equipment carefully. Alessandro trying to wind his way to center. Moon putting pressure on the Trojans. Relia settles it down, and that'll do it for the first period here on the island. Inside the Clearview Arena, Darren Riley quieting the crowd, one half of it anyway, and Shane Skolert surprising all of us, including Carson Relia, with the game's only goal. 1-0 Trojans over the Tigers after one on the second annual Moon Area Hockey Association Hockey Fights Cancer Night on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Hockey Fights Cancer was founded in 1998 as a joint initiative between the National Hockey League and NHL Players Association. This remarkable initiative has raised over $32 million since its inception and been at the forefront of raising awareness and supporting those affected by cancer, touching the lives of millions. In 2024, the Moon Area Hockey Association joined the fight. Now we ask you to join the fight by scanning the QR code you see on your screen throughout tonight's broadcast and make your donation. I think practically everybody, present company included, has had someone in their lives touched by that terrible disease, and what a great thing that the Moon Area Association does to raise money for research and awareness. Tigers with the first chance of period 2, trying to get on the board. They trail the North Catholic Trojans, their Class A Blue Division rivals, 1-0, as the side switch has occurred here at the RMU Island Sports Center in Neville Township. Matt Popchock on board with you for game 1 of 2 on this Monday night on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. Shane Skolert, who had the goal for North Catholic in period 1, watches the Trojans turn this one over to Muldowney. Muldowney recovering along the extended goal line to DiPietro. DiPietro toward goal. Riley makes himself big. Riley with 18 saves in that first period for North Catholic as the Tigers outshot the Trojans 18-6. Both teams changing as the Tigers play it out from deep in their own zone. Gurgley gains the red line, sends it around the Trojans' net. Eckert trying to connect with Hartman. Hartman has to chase that puck that Murray got to first out in front. It's loose, but not for long. Riley in the prone position, forcing the faceoff. Getting tied up off the faceoff was Eckert. Evan Stanton doing the dirty work. Trojans play it out to Stanton. Stanton up for Mikan. Mikan plays it across the moon line. Eckert lost sight of that puck. And that allows the Trojans to get it a little bit deeper before the Tigers get the clear. Logan Reiki near side. Chasing to the corner and paying for it is Talon Ziegler. Eckert was getting ready to line him up, but didn't really make much contact in retrospect. North Catholic guilty of icing. That goal by Scholar, just the 6th first period goal by the Trojans this season. Moon only had 5 coming into week 7 as well. Moon's got 16 of their goals in the second period. That's the 3rd most in PIHL Class A. So if history is any guide, if they are going to find a way to get some pucks behind Riley, history would suggest now's the time. But the Trojans have this one as they play it up to their own bench. Sent the other direction for DeSalle. And not a lot to complain about, aside from some of the turnovers in Moon's game in that first period. Riley just goalied them, more or less. Coming across the line now, Alessandro. Alessandro in front. Relia got a piece of that one. Miller. Checked from behind by Alessandro. Keeps his puck. It comes free now to Reiki. Reiki puts it off a skate and it goes wide. Foster backhanding weakly toward goal. That's cut off by Sylvester. Miller fighting for possession. He's stood up by Anderson. The Jacksonville, North Carolina native with a big hit there as Alessandro gets dumped on his backside behind the play. Relia knocking that puck aside. Moon tries to get the counterattack going. Foster leading the 3-on-2. Foster shooting and a blocker saved by Riley. Tigers from behind the net. They work it up to Thompson. Thompson through a crowd. Looking for the tip-in was DeSalle. Nothing doing. Neely has this rebound for North Catholic. And the alternate captain skates it up to center himself before being stripped of the puck by Foster. Trojans changing behind the play. Foster over the line. Shoots and it's blocked. Neely looking for an outlet. Thought he had one in Schoolert. Relia going to play it conservatively. Clean faceoff win by the Trojans. That shot hit something in front. Looked like Schoolert might have caught some friendly fire there from Fowler. It comes free to Schoolert. Schoolert trying to jam it in. He can't. Relia makes a save. Relia the follow-up. That puck goes through the blue paint and right to the stick of Eli Eager. Muldowney sends Bradrick flying. 5 minutes into period 2. Now the net dislodged and Darren Riley appears no worse for the wear. His water bottle may feel otherwise. Face-off coming in Trojans ice. Gallup wins it for Michael, and Luke Michael making his varsity debut for the Tigers, blasts one right at Riley, and so we'll do it again from the same spot. Kobe Uhrig keeping his fourth line out there for this face-off in North Catholic territory. which the Trojans send back to center. Britt around the boards to Fowler. Britt now playing it up to center. Gurgley anticipating for Moon. Logan Reekie retreating to play this puck now for the Tigers. North Catholic just playing a very patient, defensive, team-oriented game in their own end of the ice, and Riley is played like his optimal self, so give him credit. Eckert turning around and shooting off Riley. That save is made, and the rebound is cleared by Fowler. Bradrick going to battle in the corner for North. And Bradrick protects this puck for the Trojans. Eckert out in front. Good read there by Fowler to cut off the centering pass. Gurgley. No icing. Or is there? They're going to say the Tigers did indeed ice that puck. So we'll drop it to the right of Relia. Jordan Reekie controlling for Moon. Hartman up to center for Foster. Bouncing puck. Reeled in by Jordan Reekie. He hits the brakes, goes up to Thompson. Thompson fakes, waits, watches, shoots. Riley the save, and almost gave it away right to Foster. And that could have been 1-1 right there. Under 10 to go till the ice cut. Tigers back on the forecheck. Hartman taken down. Play continues. Hartman bounces back up, his stick tied up as the Tigers now have to tag up. Thompson for Foster, near side. Reekie to the corner. Kilcarry retrieves it for North Catholic. Poeta, almost a dangerous giveaway there to Neely. Neely had open ice ahead of him too. Kilcarry up to center. That's snuffed out by Thompson. Thompson over the line. Thompson on his backhand. Waiting for company. Thompson tried to go to Foster in the corner. It was cut out by Riley and sent out of play. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. North Catholic with a 1-0 lead over Moon on the Tigers' second annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at the RMU Island Sports Center, midway through this contest. Shane Skolert, back in period one, the only goal scorer. Alessandro, met in the corner by Reekie, and Reekie rides him off the puck. Logan Reekie, that is. LJ DeFilippo giving chase, bearing down on Anderson. Max DiPietro couldn't come up with that one. Muldowney knocks a stick out of the hands of one of the Trojans. That's Sylvester, who has to retrieve his blade. Myers in the corner. Shoulder check by Logan Reekie. Bounces to the point for Sylvester. Sylvester on goal. Relia scoops it up. Trojans control the faceoff. It's deflected into the glove of Aurelia. What a stop there on the tip in by Skolert. Skolert that close to a second goal for the Trojans, and Aurelia had other plans. His best save of the game easily, if not his biggest. Gallup trying to get to this loose puck. He's shielded by Anderson. Chance for Eckert, but we got a penalty coming up behind the play, and it's going to go on Gallup. Now I stand corrected. Offside on the Tigers. Looked like Gallup might have gone for interference there, but we play on 5-on-5. Now the Trojans in a delayed offside position. A break for Moon with 7:20 till the ice cut. Bradrick without his stick as it's sent around the boards for Eckert. Eckert for Hartman. Hartman one-on-one with Radke. Settled down by Miller. And a hand pass called against the Tigers. And you sense the frustrations mounting for Moon, trying to get something going and something to show for all this time in the attacking zone. Kobe Urig telling his team to settle down. And still a long way to go in this one, but again, North Catholic playing, to this point, a very responsible road game. Foster to Whartonby. To the corner, Riki. Deflected on goal by DeSalle. Oh, the Tigers nearly got that goose egg off the board on that sequence, but DeSalle is stopped by Riley, and that'll force the faceoff. Riki kicks it free, but right to Neely. Anthony Neely, the alternate captain, up the right wing for North Catholic. Neely shooting from an angle, and Relia just as quickly snatches that puck out of midair. Thompson around the boards for Moon. DeSalle sees that puck deflect off one of the stanchions. Back to center it'll come. DeSalle forces the turnover. DeSalle has Foster open down the middle. Tries to go that way, but a great play by Fowler. Neely up ahead for Alessandro. Alessandro, the toe drag. Now he's surrounded by Moon Tigers on the back check. Alessandro from an angle. That save made by Relia, as the net behind him is dislodged. Aurelia really protecting that near post, and perhaps to a fault, as this faceoff will come in Moon territory. Tigers win another own zone draw. Up the boards it comes. Kept in the zone, however, by Kilcarry. Tigers quickly get it up to the red line. Kilcarry shaken up inside that center circle. And just on now, Jack Anderson for North Catholic as it's turned over to Gallup. Gallup with a drag maneuver. Couldn't get around the last man. The last man was Anderson. And that's the kind of reliable stay-at-home play he can bring. Gallup again up the right wing. Plays this puck through the skates of Ziegler. Anderson behind his own net for Ziegler. Logan Reekie pinching after this puck. North Catholic might have a chance the other direction if Skolard can take that pass, but he can't. Eckert up to the line for Gallup. Trojans play it back to center. Moon offside with 4.5 to the ice cut. So many times we've seen the Trojans able to slow down that Moon breakout before it can really get anything going. Thompson off the face-off to the corner. Jordan Reekie behind the net for Foster. Foster from an angle. Poke check by Myers. Reekie reverses the play. Jordan Reekie for DeSalle. DeSalle for Foster. Taken away by Myers. Myers up the boards but not out. Reekie from the edge of the boards. To the point it comes for Poeta. Reekie to the corner for Foster. Foster attracting all kinds of attention. Tries to go for DeSalle. DeSalle behind the net. Plays it to the side of the goal. It's loose in front, but right at the feet of Sebastian Alessandro. Thompson hustling back for Moon. Neely tied him up. Alessandro with it at the edge of the circle, but not for long. Thompson over the line. Thompson looking for the screen, fires it on goal, and Riley fought that one off and froze it. Now, North Catholic has leveled in the second period what was a very tilted sheet of ice in period one, despite Shane Skolart's tally. And still, Darren Riley continues to take care of business for the visitors. From the point, it's deflected wide of goal. Mikan got his stick on that one, but couldn't put it on frame. Whartonby near side. DeFilippo overtaken by Britt. Britt. Good stick there by DeFilippo to take it right back. And a turnover now to Murray. Murray skating wide through the blue paint. Rebound comes right to DeFilippo. DeFilippo. One against three now is Murray. Murray stood up by Reekie. Logan Reekie leading the charge for the Tigers. Tries to split the D, keeps this puck. Reekie toward goal, saved by Riley. Max DiPietro looking for a loose one. Now the on-duty EMT crossing benches. We have not seen Samuel Langer return since his first period injury for the Trojans. North Catholic across the line. That's sent wide of goal by Fowler. Final 2 minutes of second period play. Radke inadvertently out of action. Hartman wins it from Radke at center. Gurgley paired out here with Evan Miller. Gurgley has it now for the Tigers. He dumps it in. Radke giving chase. Hartman to the corner for Palladino. Palladino tied up quickly. Eckert tries to line up his man. It comes free to Hartman. Hartman shooting on Riley. And Darren Riley makes that save. John Hoffman putting a fresh unit out there for the defensive zone faceoff. Tigers win the faceoff. Thompson around a man. Thompson shooting upstairs. That'll miss as we approach the final minute before the ice cut. Up for Alessandro. Alessandro trying to center it, but threw it behind Myers. Jordan Reekie overskating at center. Myers recovers, but he's tied up quickly by Thompson and company. Poeta to the far corner for Moon. Up to Foster now. Foster 1 against 3 and turns it over at center to Neely. Jordan Reekie in the corner. DeSalle behind the net with 20 to go in the period. Reekie from a low percentage area. That's blocked by Ziegler. Poeta tries to keep it in. He does. 8 seconds left. Trojans are going to be able to kill the clock as Thompson has to retrieve it inside his own line. And so we will cut the ice here at the Clearview Arena with the North Catholic Trojans backstopped by Darren Riley, leading the Moon Tigers by that 1-0 score through 2. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching the Moon Area Hockey Association's second annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night here on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Max Gurgley playing at cross ice now for Evan Miller. LJ DeFilippo centers it, and DiPietro puts it right. Another save and tight from Riley. The follow-up went off the skate of Sylvester. Sylvester had no idea that puck was going to hit him. Poeta keeps it alive. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Ziegler up to Alessandro. Alessandro dropping for Neely. Neely fires right into the glove hand of Carson Rowley to go in a scoreless first period. Eckert tied up. It comes free to Skolart. Skolart from an angle. And it's in! Shane Skolart found a way as it sneaks by Relia. And the Trojans take a 1-0 lead. It's kicked wide of goal. That was almost a disastrous play by Kilcarry in front of his goaltender. Thompson with it. Thompson lets it fly. And Riley has that puck. Trojans control the faceoff. It's deflected into the glove of Relia. What a stop. Foster to Whartonby. To the corner, Reekie. Deflected on goal by DeSalle. Oh.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Hockey Fights Cancer was founded in 1998 as a joint initiative between the National Hockey League and NHLPA. This remarkable initiative has raised over $32 million since its inception and has been at the forefront of raising awareness and supporting those affected by cancer, touching the lives of millions. In 2024, the Moon Area Hockey Association joined the fight, and that's what we're asking you to do tonight. Scan that QR code that you see on your screen throughout the rest of tonight's Hockey Fights Cancer broadcast between Moon and North Catholic and make your donation now. And again, we've all been there. We've all had people in our lives affected by that disease. Some of us ourselves have battled it and prevailed, hopefully, in some way, shape, or form. And what a great thing that the Moon Area Hockey Association is doing for a second consecutive year, playing their Hockey Fights Cancer game here on Neville Island. And we saw the solicitors out in the lobby. Again, you can make your donation remotely while you watch tonight. Now, the last time the North Catholic Trojans, Moon's opponent, won a road game was February 4th of last season at Indiana. That might change after tonight. 1-0 Trojans over the Tigers as we get set for period 3, overlooking the freshly cut ice at the Clearview Arena here inside the RMU Island Sports Center. Second period shots on goal, 11-6 for the Tigers. Game totals, Moon 29, North Catholic 12. But Shane Skollert's goal just over 10 minutes into period 1, his second of the season, remains the difference maker. And Shane's goaltender, Darren Riley, the sophomore, also remains the difference maker with 29 saves and counting. Again, he had 44 in the win over Meadville last Thursday. Moon has played 5 one-goal games already. 3 of which they've won, 2 of which have gone beyond regulation. We'll see what's in store tonight. Hartman moving forward. Riley makes that save. It's loose. It's airborne. It's played in, or is it? They say no goal. They're going to say this puck was played with a high stick by Jordan Reekie and the Tigers, and they're going to wave off this goal 18 seconds into the period. The North Catholic student section getting their digs in, but not necessary. That puck was definitely played with a hand or a stick or something suspect in front of Riley, so an understandable call made there by Pickering and Music, the USA Hockey crew. Moon right back on the attack. Jordan Reekie behind the net. Foster going after it. Clayton Foster opening the 25-26 season on a 6-game goal streak. Been held without a goal in the 3 games since, including tonight. Hartman hesitates. Now he's knocked to the ice and worked over by Sylvester. This puck available and collected by the Trojans up to center for Alessandro. Alessandro for Sylvester. Sylvester trying to go down low for Neely. Maybe one too many passes there. Foster unable to get around Alessandro, but backed up by Gurgley. Gurgley turning it over to Neely. Neely cross ice for Fowler. Fowler plays that puck to the corner where we see those Moon Senior banners hanging in front of the RMU bandbox. Relia leaves it for Logan Reekie. Reekie up the boards, too strong for Gallup. Icing on the Tigers. North Catholic with a face-off win. It goes upstairs, up beyond the blocker, of Carson Relia, the Moon goaltender. Comes right out to Radke. Radke fires, and Relia had to make that save. Trojans have the rebound. That's fired wide of goal, and the rebound again is stymied by Relia. Britt fired that puck. And that looked like Bradrick at the side of the net, hacking and whacking, trying to jam it in behind the Moon Junior. Carson Relia trying to win his 8th consecutive varsity start. He won all 4 as a backup last season with a .951 save percentage and 125 goals against. 2 shutouts as well as that puck goes out of play. Jordan Reekie trying to slip it to Foster. Foster to the half wall, trying to go back to Reekie, backed up by Thompson. Thompson's shot hit something and bounced wide of goal. Poeta off a skate. Tigers have to tag up now as Reekie and Hartman get the memo. Foster tries to keep it alive in a desperation move there as the Trojans are making a line change. Jordan Reekie going after this puck at center. Sent the length of the ice by Britt. Foster with speed over the line. Foster around a man from an angle, struck the side of the post. Foster gets his own rebound. Foster to his forehand. That's deflected wide. Foster plays it to himself with a hand and turns it over. Talon Ziegler takes the gift and sends it up the left boards, and Ziegler takes a swipe there at Foster as icing is called. John Hoffman wanted a penalty there, and may have had a legitimate beef. Hoffman, the coach of this North Catholic varsity outfit since it re-entered the PIHL as a pure program a couple of years before the pandemic. Gallup, men in the circle. Behind the net now it comes to Eckert. Eckert for Palladino. Palladino early in a one-goal game, third period. Behind the net for the Tigers. He slips it to Eckert. Eckert, too many black shirts in the way. Nothing coming easily for the Tigers. North Catholic continuing to play disciplined hockey and patient hockey for that matter in their own zone, and they drew a penalty on Eckert. Eckert had seen enough, and he continues to take shots now at Ziegler after the whistle, and we've got a scrap breaking out. Brody Eckert losing his coal at a suboptimal time to do so, with his team trailing in the third. And this will be more than a power play for the North Catholic Trojans, I would imagine. We'll await the official call as Eckert is sent to the sin bin. The other Moon captains, Gergely and Logan Reiki, awaiting word. Jack Anderson of North Catholic going to relay the information back to his own coach. And this USA Hockey crew of Pickering and Music is still conversing. A long pause here at the officials' crease as Max Gergely is telling his alternate captain to settle down inside the Moon penalty box. The North Catholic Trojans will get a penny power play when play eventually resumes. And it'll be the first of the night for either team. North Catholic, a strong team on special teams, at least as far as their power play is concerned early in this season. 5 of 15 to start the year on the man advantage, tied for third best out of the 23 teams in the single A circuit. Moons killed off 20 of their first 23 penalties in the meantime to start their season. 87% on the PK, fourth best out of 23 in Class A. Now a little bit of baptism by fire for Luke Michael, who has to serve part of the penalty to Eckert. And here come the Trojans on the penny power play. Getting bowled over a moment ago was Neely. The Moon student section letting Neely hear it, and Neely bounces right back up, and he has this puck deep in Tiger territory. Save made there by Relia. Trojans have the rebound. It's played out in front. Off the bar! Oh, for a second I thought Myers went bar down. This time the bar had the last laugh, and it remains a 1-0 game. Played out in front under the stick of Myers. That shot is blocked by Jordan Reiki. The airborne puck has settled down, but not cleanly enough. as it comes free to Gurgley, who clears the zone. Long outlet play by Riley. Up to Schooler. That puck by Thompson hit one of the Trojans up high. Fortunately, all players concerned seem to be all right as Moon gets another clear. Now the Tigers student section trying to cheer their team on here as they face a critical juncture in this game. Down a goal, North Catholic 5-on-4. Here's a shot and a nifty glove save by Relia. He sparkles to Rob Schoolard, and it remains a 1-0 affair. 5 minutes into the third, thereabouts. Half a minute left on the penny power play to North Catholic. Trojans control the faceoff. Britt around the boards. Murray in the corner. Poeta off his stick. Tigers try to play the loose puck out. They can't. Kept alive by Fowler. Fowler around Gallup. Shoots on goal, and Relia's got it. An operator error at the scores table. The clock ran a few seconds extra after that puck was secured by Aurelia, so we're going to get a correction here of some kind with what should be roughly 10 seconds left in the North Catholic power play. And when this puck is eventually dropped, it'll be dropped to the left of Carson Relia. Now up to 13 saves unofficially. You better believe there's some quality shots in those 13. North Catholic trying to take command of this very tight game on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Matt Popchock on board with you from the RMU Island Sports Center. Waiting in the wings, by the way, are a couple of Division II combatants. Elizabeth Forward and Sewickley Academy in a co-op battle coming up at 9:15 Eastern Daylight Time on TenbandTV. Sewickley was awarded a forfeit victory at the beginning of the season. More on that later, but still looking for their first proper win since rejoining the PIHL as a co-op program. Elizabeth Forward trying to climb out of the cellar in their own division. And again, we'll have more on those two clubs later as we cap off our Monday night Week 7 doubleheader here on TenbandTV. And finally, we're back to action. Good keep by Fowler. Setting up Britt. Britt's shot blocked by Jordan Reiki. Dying seconds of the power play. Toward goal it comes. Relia, the kick save, and the rebound goes to the boards. Michael right back on the ice. One-timer put wide. Ty Murray that close. Trojans still possess this puck. Britt to the corner. Around the boards, it'll come to Thompson. Thompson taken out of the play by Murray. Murray checked by Jordan Reiki. Now Reiki able to leave it for Thompson. But it's turned over to Fowler. Fowler sees a kick back to center. Waiting for it is Britt. Britt flips it off the glove hand of Carson Relia. A big PK by the Moon Tigers. Now 21 of their first 24 to begin the season. Thompson dispossessed as he crossed the line, and Hartman is offside. Darren Riley having words with one of the Tigers, and now Britt taking issue with something Gio Thompson said or did. Now, Thompson had a couple of big goals late in that dramatic win here by the Tigers over Meadville last Monday night. And now Thompson being told for his own good just to skate away by officials and teammates alike. Puck to the near boards. Riki the first one on it. Muldowney trying to get around Myers. Riki keeps it inside the line. It's deflected toward goal. Riley may have gotten a piece of it. Neely drops it to Alessandro. Alessandro in front to Neely. Neely's shot denied by Relli at the post. Gurgley gets it beyond center red. Up on the attack for North Catholic is Myers. Myers lost it to DeFilippo. DeFilippo stood up at center by Anderson. Anderson's not shy about throwing his weight around, and he did there. DeFilippo toward goal. It bounces on Riley, and Riley not going to leave anything to chance. Under 10 to go in regulation. Still a 1-0 game. Tigers off the draw. Foster to Hartman. On the doorstep it comes to Riki. In pursuit of this puck, Bradrick. Swiped aside by Gallup. Hartman. Up the left side. Hartman slips around his man. Hartman from an angle. That stop made by Riley, and then it dislodged. John Hoffman wanting to get some fresh personnel out there for this faceoff. Quickly they drop the puck and it comes outside the North Catholic zone. Gallup to Foster. Jordan Riki stood up at center by Mikan. Kilcarry behind his own net. He's pushed by Hartman. Foster has it for the Tigers. Foster from the boards. Behind the goal for Hartman. Riki trying to flip it in front. To the point for Gallup. Gallup shooting upstairs. That'll hit off the glass. And it's jammed back to center. With it across the line, Fowler. Near side, it's played to Hartman. Up the right wing comes Sylvester. Sylvester lost it to Logan Riki. Riki with some space now, midway through the third. Riki toward goal. Riki shoots. Riley the save. Riki gets the rebound back, but can't connect with DeFilippo. Gurgley going after it. That shot fanned on. Turnaround try. Say made rebound. It's on the doorstep. Still up for grabs. Riley secures it and forces the face-off. Muldowney in the thick of that one for the Tigers. Couldn't quite get to it on time. North Catholic with the clear. Icing is called on the Trojans, so we do it from the same spot. Off the draw, it comes eventually to Gurgley, but it's forced back to center by Alessandro. DiPietro to DeFilippo. Muldowney up the right wing. Muldowney makes his move. Muldowney to goal. Can't shoot it cleanly. It's still loose. And now it squirts free to Neely. Neely above the right circle. That goes off the glass after it deflected off Logan Riki's stick. Fowler dumps it in. North Catholic has to tag up now. Muldowney reaching for it, but Fowler gets there first. Trojans quickly move it up to center now for Neely. Neely taking off that puck by Logan Riki. Fowler and Britt paired out defensively here for North Catholic with 7 minutes remaining. And Moon guilty of icing. Tigers playing their second of 4 straight here on the island for their next contest. Next Monday night at 7:15 against Montour, they'll be the designated away team. North Catholic, as we said, looking for their first road win in PIHL regular season play since this past February. Trojans with 3 of their next 4 away from the Lemieux complex, including this contest. Gallup from center. It comes now to Alessandro. Alessandro off a stick. It deflects to the corner. Poeta. Near side for Hartman. Hartman plays it off the home bench, but right to Skolert. And that first period goal by Skolert, the North Catholic junior, continues to stand up. Across the line, it comes now to Alessandro. Alessandro just missing upstairs. Long rebound. Kept alive by Murray. Tigers up to center. Gallup turned it over. Oh, nearly a chance for Murray. Hartman rocked by Anderson. Trojans counterattacking. Here's Alessandro. Alessandro down low. Unable to accept that pass was Myers. Alessandro in the corner. Trying to get it to Anderson. He can't. Hartman met at center by Jack Anderson. Foster behind the net. Jordan Riki puts a hit on the North Catholic defenseman. Foster with it now with 5 minutes to play. Dropping for Logan Riki. Riki through a crowd. Deflected wide. Oh, that didn't miss by much. One-timer on Riley. And Thompson from distance is denied by Darren. Final 5 of regulation. North Catholic with a 1-0 lead over Moon. Glove down by Muldowney. Coming after it is Thompson. Chance up ahead now for Bradrick. Bradrick one-on-one with Logan Riki. That save made by Relia, and the airborne puck swiped at by Gio Thompson. Thompson cuts off the backdoor pass as well. Skolert over the line now for North Catholic. He fires off of Relia. Relia knocks it aside, and now he does finally have that rebound secured. Brody Eckert still in that box, serving the extended penalty for Moon. And we still haven't received official word on what the penalty or penalties, plural, were against the alternate captain. From an angle, that stick save made by Relia on Bradrick. And Relia stops that shot by Britt. Muldowney outletting for DiPietro. DiPietro too strong for DeFilippo, but it's touched by Britt. No icing. DeFilippo to out in front. It's still loose. DeFilippo jamming at it as it in. Score! LJ DeFilippo sneaks it by Darren Riley, and the Tigers have tied it with 3:28 remaining, and he's not Carnival personnel. LJ found a way. His second of the season, and it's a big one to keep the Tigers alive late. The Moon Tigers frustrated all night long by this North Catholic team defensively and by sophomore netminder Darren Riley with a new lease on life. Tigers won, North Catholic Trojans won. LJ DeFilippo, the goal scorer. Max DiPietro is going to get the primary assist, we believe. Hartman through center. Hartman, that wrister denied by Riley. Anderson from his own corner. Swiped at by one of the Tigers. Up it comes now to Neely. Neely, poke checked by Gurgley. Jordan Reekie over the attacking line. Reekie from the edge of the circle. That deflects wide of the North Catholic goal area. Myers up the boards to his rookie forward, Alessandro. Tigers send it high off the glass. And Neely's going to ice this puck with 2:20 remaining. Again, LJ DeFilippo, the Moon senior, unofficially the goal scorer, his second of the season to tie the game. Second annual Moon Area Hockey Association Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And if you love goalie goals, you picked a good night to watch. Thompson fires. That save made by Riley. Relia settles it down. And just in the nick of time, he gets it off to Muldowney. Trojans offside, and Moon fans happy that their team does get the whistle as Skolert brought it across the line. DeFilippo with it one more time off the outlet pass by Poeta. Muldowney from the half wall. Muldowney out in front. Backhand try, save made, it's still loose. Is it in? No! Somehow, some way, Riley reached back and kept that one from crossing the line. Holy shirts and pants, Darren Riley keeps this game tied, not for nothing. DeFilippo that close to a second. But we remain tied for the time being. And a late change made by Kobe Urick. DiPietro is going to come on here. And now Kobe Urick is going to take his time out. We'll step aside as well. Tigers won, North Catholic won. It's the second annual Moon Area Hockey Association Hockey Fights Cancer game. Matt Popchock here to bring the rest of it to you on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, a minute 43 remaining, and maybe more than that. We'll see. Moon tying this game a short while ago, courtesy of LJ DeFilippo. Tigers trying to pull off another dramatic comeback here on home ice as that puck is played off Riley and cleared immediately by Anderson in the vicinity of his own bench. Moon going right back to work off their timeout. And this time the Trojans control the faceoff. Room now for Alessandro. Alessandro trying to set up Neely. He can't. This off-balance shot stopped by Relia and cleared by Foster. And the net behind Carson Relia is off its moorings. John Hoffman going with a forward line of Neely, Alessandro, and Myers, and they nearly stole this game back for North Catholic. Tigers win the own zone faceoff. Near side, Hartman. Jordan Reekie up the left wing. Reekie around Fowler. Reekie ducks around a check. Foster with it now. Reekie behind the net for Hartman. Hartman in the final minute of regulation play for Clayton Foster. Foster slips it up to Gurgley. Foster unable to take that pass. Myers behind the net but not out. Thompson pinching. Gio Thompson out in front, broken up, and a good read there by Alessandro. He gets it up to Fowler. Fowler above the right circle. Relia's got it, and he'll hang on with 40 ticks to talk. Talon Ziegler exiting the North Catholic penalty box and returning to his bench. And speaking of North Catholic, John Hoffman is going to use his timeout before this offensive zone draw. So we step aside once more. We remain tied at 1. Matt Popchock here for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Now, North Catholic with 1 point tonight would move into a tie with Hampton for the number 3 spot in the blue division of Class A, and they would break free from Cannon McMillan in doing so. Now, the Trojans, though, are coming for all 3 of those points here with still time remaining in regulation. Big face-off win by Moon. They get it up to center. Hartman trying to get around his man does on the backhand. He's knocked down before he can shoot. Trojans send it up the right side. Bradrick unable to advance it. Logan Ariki stood him up with 20 seconds left in the period. Hartman off a North Catholic stick. The Trojans just trying to avert risk here, perhaps, as Myers is unable to enter the zone onside. Moon will take their time playing this puck as Foster dumps it in on Darren Riley. We head to overtime here at the RMU Island Sports Center on Hockey Fights Cancer Night, the second annual cancer awareness game staged by the Moon Area Hockey Association. And how do you watch your team on PIHL Hockey Night Live? Well, right now, you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. Our nightcap in PIHL Division II will have to wait a little longer. 3 minutes of NHL-style 3-on-3 sudden victory overtime to come here at the Clearview Arena. Both teams skate away with a point regardless. Who will get the extra point? That's what remains to be seen. Trojans win the opening faceoff of OT. Bradrick, met by Jordan Reiki, and under duress gets rid of that puck on the corner to Fowler. Foster giving ground. Foster communicating with his alternate captain, Logan Reiki, and now Foster with speed comes into the attacking zone, shoots it wide of Riley. Foster wanted to end the thing right there, but just couldn't hit the target. Jordan and Logan on here, the Reiki brothers with Clayton Foster. Foster with it again. His shot blocked by Fowler. Fowler without a stick now as Foster gets it back. Foster for Logan Reiki. Reiki firing into the glove of Riley. You having fun yet? Hartman, Gallup, and Gurgley, the trio out now for Moon. 49 seconds into OT. Tigers control it. Gurgley to the corner. Hartman lets it go to Gallup. Gallup chased by Radke. Radke takes him off the puck. With it now, Anderson. Radke, Anderson, and Alessandro, the trio for John Hoffman. Alessandro, stick check by Gurgley. Alessandro gets it back, played in front. Is it stopped by Relia? Yes, it is. Oh, the Trojans that close to ending it. Carson Relia keeps us going. Hartman takes his man down, and officials are putting the whistles in their pocket here with half the time off the overtime clock. Alessandro has a step. Alessandro to the goal, out in front. The pass broken up by Hartman. Gallup in transition. Anderson the only man back. Gallup taken out of the play by Anderson. Out in front it comes. Turnaround shot. Oh, what a stop by Riley on Eric Hartman. Darren Riley's trying to win November Player of the Month in one night. A minute 18 to go in overtime. Foster under pressure. Good work there by Fowler. Foster has to get rid of it and gives it away right to Myers. Myers hits the brakes. It comes free now to Jordan Reiki. Reiki near side to Logan. Logan, the alternate captain, slowly across the attacking line. Leaves it for Jordan. Jordan to the goal. Finds middle, but not mesh. Off balance shot. Turned aside by Riley. Oh, my word. They'll both be seeing that in their sleep. I don't care what the arrangements are. 52 ticks to talk. Face-off at North Catholic ice. Jordan Reekie behind the net for Foster. Foster with 40 to go in the OT. For Logan Reekie. Logan Reekie up to Foster. Foster for Jordan Reekie. Jordan Reekie leads it for Foster. The pass too far. Foster recovers. Foster behind the net. Foster under half a minute left, trying to get it out in front. He's worked over by Neely. Foster taking charge. Foster on his forehand. Shoots it upstairs and misses. The net is dislodged behind Riley. "18 ticks to talk in the sudden victory session. And the faceoff is turned over to Myers. Myers has Fowler going to goal. Good check there by Reekie. Logan Reekie, that is. But Myers gets it back to Fowler. Fowler from an angle. Oh, good stop there by Relia. The rebound. The whistle blew, so it matters not. Now the net behind Relia has come off. 5 seconds to play. They'll drop it to the left of the Moon netminder. Hartman wins it. Not enough time for Gallup and company to go on the attack, though, and so we head to the shootout on Moon Area Hockey Association's Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And so Kobe Urig, the Moon head coach, and John Hoffman, the North Catholic head coach, will have to cobble together a shootout lineup here. Quaker Valley, which began the night tied with Moon for the top spot in the Class A Blue Division, has won in regulation, so the Quakers will be on top outright regardless of how this shootout ends. But the Tigers still want that extra point. Reed Fowler, the first shooter for North Catholic, and he is stopped by Carson Relia. Clayton Foster, third straight game without a goal in regulation, but can make a world of difference here in the bottom of shootout round one. Foster over the line, to the goal. Stopped by Riley. The goalie duel continues. Top of round two, Landon Myers. The sophomore forward to his left, toward goal. Stopped by the blocker of Relia. Gio Thompson, the senior defenseman and one of the breakout stars for the Tigers this young season. Thompson to his right. Thompson to the goal. Score! The Moon Tigers, one save from snatching shootout victory from the jaws of regulation defeat. It's up to Neely to extend it for North Catholic. He does! And so we go to a fourth round. David Gallup has to score for the Tigers. If he doesn't, North Catholic can win the game with a goal. Gallup to the cage. He's stopped by Riley. Sebastian Alessandro, the rookie. In the top of round 5, can he win it for the Trojans? He fires wide. That was the bottom of round 4. I stand corrected. To the top of round 5 we go now. The 5th shooter for the Moon Tigers, junior Jordan Reekie. He can't force it past Riley. Again, North Catholic with a chance to win it. Their 5th shooter will be the man who nearly won it in regulation, Shane Skolart. He hit Relia. I believe he hit the post as well, but he did not hit the back of the net. To round 6 we go. Get your popcorn ready. Logan Reekie to shoot now for the Moon Tigers. He takes his time bringing it across the line. Save by Riley. Reekie not happy with himself, but give Riley credit. He stayed with him. To the bottom of round 6. Bryce Radke, the sophomore. The Penn's Elite product with a chance to win it for the Trojans. Relia's got it. We've almost reached 7th inning stretch time, literally. That's where we are now, top of round 7. Eric Hartman to shoot for Moon. Riley. He shuts the door once again. Can they prevail upon Relia to do the same against Connor Bradrick? Here comes the senior forward. Hell yeah, it's Relia. To the top of round 8 we go. Brody Eckert. From the penalty box to round 8 of the shootout. And he is stopped by Riley. Points for creativity, but not creative enough to fool the North Catholic sophomore. To the bottom of round 8. Jack Britt, senior defenseman. Upstairs and wide. To the top of the 9th. Insert your own baseball or softball joke here. LJ DeFilippo. He tied the game. Can he put Moon ahead? Ran out of shooting space. Again, Riley so patient in that goal. To the bottom of round 9. Ty Murray, the sophomore forward. In on Relia. Just missing. The junior did just enough to mess with his mojo. Now to the top of round 10. And surely to the threshold of PIHL shootout era history. Philip Palladino, the rookie. Just missing to the top corner. Game of inches, kids, remember that. Senior defenseman Kevin Kilkeary in the bottom of round 10 for the Trojans for the win. There it is! Moon with one last chance. Gurgley's got to score to keep it going. And he does! Well, we thought the Trojans had it won. Max Gurgley, the captain, made sure we stood corrected. Now the Trojans will shoot again. Here's Ziegler ringing the pipe. We thought that sudden death rules would apply. Instead, Max DiPietro has a chance to win it for the Tigers. Riley the save. And if you lost count of what round it is, don't worry, we have two. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. That's where we are with it at this point. Evan Mikett to goal. He misses. Here comes Ryan Muldowney for the Moon Tigers. He fakes, he shoots, and he's stopped by Darren Riley. And in case you hadn't noticed, Elizabeth Forward and Sewickley Academy will not be facing off at 9:15 Eastern Daylight Time here on TenbandTV. Jack Anderson now to shoot for the North Catholic Trojans. Is it in? No, Relia somehow kept it out. It's in his equipment. Anderson unable to bring closure to this epic shootout. League records be darned. Here comes Tanner DeSalle, the junior. Oh, what a save by Riley. DeSalle put that right where he wanted, but Riley had the blocker hand ready. Renzo Sylvester, the junior forward, to shoot now for North Catholic. Carson Relia the save. And lo and behold, Luke Michael in his varsity debut will shoot in this marathon shootout for the Moon Tigers. The student section for Moon going bananas. Here comes Michael. And he's stopped by Riley. Pretty sure this place wouldn't have a roof if Michael had buried that. Carmine Capone, the sophomore for North Catholic. He misses the net. Freshman defenseman Ben Poeta. Next thing you know, they'll start pulling folks from media row. Poeta toward the goal. He's stopped by Riley. Both teams have scored twice thus far in this unofficial league record shootout, which continues with Cole Schwartz, the rookie, shooting for the Trojans and missing to the glove side of Aurelia. Eli Eager, his first ever varsity point as a PIHLer came just a little over a year ago. Now he drives the net on Darren Riley. And almost scored. Whether by accident or design, that almost got through the 5-hole, but Riley kept it out. Evan Stanton, the junior, to shoot for North Catholic. He's stopped by Carson Aurelia. Evan Miller, the sophomore defenseman for Moon. Riley had trouble keeping it on his person, but he did just that. And officials are letting the coaches know that they can recycle their shootout lineups, pardon me, should it be necessary at this point. And it looks like Neely's going to shoot a second time, to wit, for North Catholic. Those coaches as clueless as we are, I'm sure, about what the protocol is at this point. Pickering and Music, the USA Hockey crew, earning their keep. Neely a second time in this shootout. And this time he scores. Junior defenseman Peyton Whartonby gonna try and keep it going for the Tigers. He does! Insanity on the island. Whartonby saves the game. Each team has now scored thrice in the shootout. Reed Fowler, he scores. Once again, the pressure on the Tigers. Can Gio Thompson keep us all up past our bedtimes? That's it. That's all. A PIHL record shootout is won 4-3 by the North Catholic Trojans, who win the game 2-1 on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. One of the more bizarre regular season games in the history of both programs. And don't ever, I repeat, ever play Lady of Spain again. An unbelievable ending to this game. The Trojans took forever and a day, but they took the extra point. Thank you, Dustin Beck, Jared Tonhunter, Todd Kazarowski. Thank you for sticking around and witnessing some PIHL history. And thank you to all who donated to the Moon Area Hockey Association on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. I'm Matt Popchock for TenbandTV. At long last, Elizabeth Forward and Sewickley Academy are up next. You're watching PIHL Hockey Night live on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Max Gergely playing at cross ice now for Evan Miller. LJ DeFilippo centers it, and DiPietro puts it right. Another save and tight from Riley. The follow-up went off the skate of Sylvester. Sylvester had no idea that puck was going to hit him. Poeta keeps it alive. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Ziegler up to Alessandro. Alessandro dropping for Neely. Neely fires right into the glove hand of Carson Rowley to go in a scoreless first period. Eckert tied up. It comes free to Skolart. Skolart from an angle. And it's in! Shane Skolart found a way as it sneaks by Relia. And the Trojans take a 1-0 lead. It's kicked wide of goal. That was almost a disastrous play by Kilcarry in front of his goaltender. Thompson with it. Thompson lets it fly. And Riley has that puck. Trojans control the faceoff. It's deflected into the glove of Relia. What a stop. Foster to Whartonby. To the corner, Riki. Deflected on goal by DeSalle. Student section trying to cheer their team on here as they face a critical juncture in this game. Down a goal. North Catholic 5-on-4. Here's a shot and a nifty glove. Try to play the loose puck out. They can't. Kept alive by Fowler. Fowler around Gallup. Shoots on goal and Relia's got it. From an angle, that stick save made by Relia on Bradrick. And Relia stopped. No icing. DeFilippo to out in front. It's still loose. DeFilippo jamming at it as it ends. Score! LJ DeFilippo sneaks it by Darren Riley, and the Tigers have tied. Well, Downey out in front. Backhand tries. Save made. It's still loose. Is it in? No! Somehow, some way, Riley reached back and kept that one from crossing. Foster with it again. His shot blocked by Fowler. Fowler without a stick now as Foster gets it back. Foster for Logan Riki. Riki firing into the glove of Riley. Gallup in transition. Anderson the only man back. Gallup taken out of the play by Anderson. Out in front it comes. Turnaround shot. Oh, what a stop by Riley. Still want that extra point. Reed Fowler, the first shooter for North Catholic, and he is stopped by Carson Relia. Foster over the line to the goal. Stopped by Riley. Left toward goal. Stopped by the blocker of Relia. Gio Thompson. Thompson to his right. Thompson to the goal. Score! He does! The goal. Gallup to the cage. He's stopped by Riley. 5. Can he win it for the Trojans? He fires wide. He can't force it past Riley. Shane Skolart. He takes his time bringing it across the line. Save by Riley. Riki with a chance to win it for the Trojans. Relia's got Eric Hartman to shoot for Moon. Riley. Here comes the senior forward. Hell yeah, it's Relia. From the penalty box to round 8 of the shootout. And he is stopped by Riley. Upstairs and wide. Ran out of shooting space. Murray, the sophomore forward. In on Relia. Just missing. Philip Palladino, the rookie. Just missing to the top corner. Senior defenseman Kevin Kilcarry in the bottom of round 10 for the Trojans for the win. There it is! Reed Fowler, he scores! Once again, the pressure on the Tigers. Can Gio Thompson keep up? That's it. That's all. A PIHL record shootout is won 4-3 by the North Catholic Trojans, who win the game 2-1 on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. One of the more bizarre regular season games in the history of both programs. And don't ever, I repeat,
it's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.